Okay, so I'm getting ready to go on this 3-day bike touring across Florida, and this is my setup that I'm trying to get this thing ready to go on this, hopefully. But if this is right here, what I have here is, obviously my kickstand got damaged, and I think this is actually a little bit better. So that gold looking thing is a trekking stick that I found at Walmart. So you can adjust it for different lengths, and I just put it on the seat right here, which is perfect. It holds the bike, it doesn't tip over. Like I say, you can play with it. And I even got this little flexible, it's called cable ties, that you can lock it onto the seat post so that way it doesn't move. I have this bungee cord that keeps the bike nice and straight, so that way the steering wheel doesn't twist when you load, and also it keeps the bike from, it's like a handbrake, keeps the bike from going backwards and forward. So if you park on a hill or something, like I said, it's just locked. The trekking pole, like I said, it comes with a rubber foot, which is really nice. Also, comes with this attachment right here. This attachment. That attachment will come in handy. Let's say if I'm parking in a soft soil or something, I could unscrew the bottom of that and put that piece on, and then it'll stay and the bike won't tip over in soft sand. Okay, so on the top of this, I have this other bag that I found at Walmart. This Ozark Trail, this thing was about 20 bucks. The trekking stick right here was about $13, not bad. There's fancier touring kickstands that you can get, but that was, I think the closest thing I found was like $70 something, and this seems like the simplest. Going back to this, like I said, when you get done with this, you collapse it, and then I just use a bike pump holder, put it along the frame, and that's it. It doesn't really move, it stays in there. So the bike, I guess the handlebar bag, this is an Ozark one. This was 20 bucks, and this is where I'm gonna put most of my stuff that I need immediately, like my wallet, my gloves, maybe my glasses, battery, snacks, and I even got a little power bank just in case for charging on the go. What I like about this bag is it's small, it's not huge, and it's, you know, pretty inexpensive, so if somebody steals it, it's not a big deal. If you have a solar charger, you can put it up here, which is nice. I wouldn't put my phone up here just because leaving it out in the sun, the phone's going to overheat. So what I'm going to do is probably end up putting my phone here, and got my charging cord so I can charge it as it goes. You know, as I'm riding, I can charge it if it's low, and if it rains, like I said, I can open this up, throw my phone in there, and zip it up and keep going. Also, I can charge my lights and my bike computer in there too as well. On this side, I have my air horn, just because you never know what you run into, some wild dogs, animals, whatever it is. And this was also from Walmart. This was about $7 for this. I think a little can like this should be enough. But like I said, this bag is just perfect. You got your little slot for your phone or whatever knickknacks or snacks you want to put in there, and then a little pocket here for an air horn. Like I said, but I'm gonna probably put the snacks in here. And then I moved my bags, if you notice, all the way to the front of the bike, just because this rear wheel has a lot of miles on it. And the way how this bike is set up, it's 60-40 weight ratio. And I don't want to put all that weight in the back and nothing on the front, and then that, just in case I have a cracked rim or anything, it's more than likely going to happen. So since I have double racks, I decided to move everything forward to make the weight bias almost 50-50, so that way it rides like, you know, there's not a whole lot of load. The load is spread evenly. The only downside of doing that is that the steering is kind of sluggish. It's not as quick, and you can't lift the wheel out as quick. But you know, there are more pros. Obviously, the bag sits lower, which is good, so that way it's not high up in the air. And like I said, I can go down there in the front and grab stuff if I need to. And this other light, like you guys seen in my other video, is a light that you strap on your head. And I just cut it off and made it on there. So this will be on there for cruising at night. And you may have seen this earlier when I had this up here. this right here is my helmet for touring. This helmet looks ridiculous, which is intentional. I picked the craziest looking color so people can see you and pay attention to figure out what is that. So this thing is a sun blocker. So basically it's made out of cutting board. It's like a what is that called? A plastic material that I found at I believe is Target. I just cut the shape of the head, you know, the helmet. Put your head through it. Use some couple of zip ties to hold it back up, and then you shape it the way you want it with some hair dryer or anything, or just bend it. And basically, I made the back a little bit longer because more than likely, every time I ride, my back gets sunburned. And the reason I picked this material is because this doesn't flap around everywhere, so it's kind of streamlines you a little bit. It looks ridiculous, but it works. But it doesn't flap around like all the other ones I've seen, where you try to ride and it's like a piece of clothing just flapping in the air, you know, in the wind. So this stays put, doesn't do anything, and I've been testing it out. It works great. Other than that, for my 2-3 day, I try to go as minimal as possible. I don't want to overload my bike with panniers everywhere. I have 2 more panniers I can put back here, but I chose not to, and hopefully bring the bare essentials. Like I said, it's a 2-3 day tour across Florida. So, just in case anybody's wondering how to set up a bike for a bike touring, this is my take on it. This bike is a Giant Escape City hybrid, so it's not a like a dedicated touring bike. This is an aluminum frame. It's pretty sturdy. It's rated pretty high for some weight capacity. So the only downside is, like I said, the rear wheel has a lot of miles on it, and I'll have to get that replaced sooner than later. But I hope this video helps somebody out there. Some ideas. Let me know if you got any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.